Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Daily Catch devotional. We're in Joshua chapter 1, and in verses 1 and 2, it tells us this. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spoke to Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' assistant, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now, therefore, arise and go over this Jordan, you and all this people, to the land which I am giving to them, to the children of Israel. Last time, when we at least were in Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 and 2, we talked about how Moses, who represents the law, was not able to lead God's people into the promised land. But it took another Joshua, Jesus, to allow them to enter into God's promises. And here in verses 1 and 2, I want to look at one more thing before we move forward, and that is that Moses dies, but God's work continues on. Moses, who's been used by God throughout Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, he's a huge power player in God's economy. And yet Moses, eventually, he gets to be 120 years old, and he dies. And God doesn't go, oh no, my guy is dead. I guess my work is done. No, God has a plan. He has a succession plan for the next one, for Joshua, who's been Moses' assistant, to come on into, we could use a term that's used dealing with Elijah and Elisha, to carry the mantle, to continue on the ministry that God started with Moses. It's going to continue on it. Now, Joshua's ministry, it's different than Moses's. He's got a different style. He's got a bit of a different calling. He's a different personality. He's a different individual, but the work that God is doing continues, keeps moving forward, even though Mo is dead. And you're going to read through Joshua, and guess what? Joshua is going to die, but God's work is going to continue on. And here's what I love about what we see in Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 and 2. It's that God's work is not limited to just one person. It's not limited to just one person, and it's not limited to just one generation. But God has a work that he's going to be doing even to the end of the age, the Bible says, and God is continuing to look for people who are willing and who are available to serve him. And when those who have done it well, when those who have ran their race well, when they get to the end of their race, man, God has already been raising up a next generation, a new group to come onto the scene and to continue on the ministry that has been started previously. Hope you guys have a great day.